I've filled my disk with logs and I still can't figure out what's going on. Has this ever happened to you? You're drowning in data, a tsunami of log files, yet the root cause of that critical bug remains a mystery. The problem isn't that we don't have enough logs. The problem is we lack observability. So, what is observability and why is it different from the traditional monitoring we've been doing for years? Monitoring is like asking your system a predefined set of questions. Is the CPU usage high? Is the database up? It's great for known issues, the things you can predict. But observability is about being able to ask any question, especially about problems you've never seen before. It has the ability to truly understand the internal state of your system just by looking at the data it produces. It's about exploring the unknown unknowns. Let's imagine our software system is a massive global logistics company. Traditional monitoring would be like checking if our warehouses are open or if our delivery trucks have fuel. It's essential, but it doesn't tell us the whole story. To truly understand our business, we need observability, which rests on three core pillars: metrics, logs, and traces. First up, metrics. Think of metrics as the high-level dashboard in our logistics company's headquarters. They are aggregated, numerical data points that give us a broad overview of our operations over time. For example, we track the total number of packages shipped per day, the average delivery time, or the percentage of successful deliveries. In the software world, this translates to things like request rates, error rates, and CPU utilization. Metrics are fantastic for spotting trends. On our dashboard, we might see that the average delivery time has been slowly increasing over the past week. This tells us that something is wrong, but it doesn't tell us what or why . It's our early warning system, our canary in the coal mine. We know there's a problem, but we need more detail to investigate. That's where our second pillar comes in, logs. If metrics are the high-level dashboard, logs are the detailed shipping manifests for every single package. A log is a time-stamped, unchangeable record of a specific event. Package 123 picked up from warehouse at 10:05 a.m. Package 456 failed delivery attempt at 3:30 p.m. due to incorrect address. In software, a log might say, user authentication failed for user_ID 987 at this exact timestamp, or database connection timed out. Logs provide the granular context that metrics lack. When our dashboard showed us that average delivery times were increasing, we can dive into the logs for that period. We might discover a spike in incorrect address errors, giving us a crucial clue. Logs are the ground truth, the detailed, chronological story of what happened event by event. But sifting through millions of individual log entries can be like searching for a single shipping manifest in a mountain of paperwork. This brings us to our third and perhaps most powerful pillar, traces. A trace connects all the dots. Imagine you want to follow a single, specific package from the moment a customer places an order until it arrives at their doorstep. You track its journey from the online store to the warehouse, onto the truck, through various sorting centers, and finally to its destination. A trace gives you that complete, end-to-end view for a single request. It stitches together every event and service interaction that contributed to that one operation. In a modern microservices architecture, a single user click might trigger a cascade of calls across a dozen different services. A trace shows you exactly how that request traveled through your system, how long it spent in each service, and where any errors occurred. If a particular package was delayed, a trace would show you exactly which leg of the journey caused the bottleneck. Maybe it was stuck at a sorting facility for 3 hours. Without a trace, you'd be guessing, trying to piece together disparate logs from different services. With a trace, the entire story is laid out for you. So let's put it all together. Metrics, logs, and traces are not competing. They are complementary. They work together to give you a complete picture of your system's health. You start with the metric on your dashboard that says, hey, average delivery times are up. This is your high-level alert. You then pivot to your traces to find an example of a specific slow delivery. The trace shows you that the request is spending way too much time in the address verification service. Now you know exactly where the bottleneck is. Finally, you zoom into the logs for that specific service at that specific time. The logs reveal a flood of external geocoding API rate limit exceeded errors, and there you have it. In just a few steps, you've gone from a vague, high-level problem to the exact root cause. You didn't need to predict this failure. Your system was observable enough for you to explore and find the answer. This is the core insight of observability. It's not just about collecting more data. It's about instrumenting your system in a way that makes its internal state inferable from the outside. You're making your system self-explanatory. When you build with observability in mind, you're embedding the answers to future questions directly into the system itself. You're giving your future self the tools they'll need to solve problems you can't even imagine today. It's a shift from a reactive, "what is broken?" mindset to a proactive, "why is this happening?" mindset. But here's the catch. Identifying the problem is only half the battle. In today's complex, interconnected systems, we've all experienced that dreaded moment where one small change breaks everything. You deploy a seemingly harmless update, and suddenly, chaos erupts across services you thought were completely unrelated. The problem isn't just finding the bug. It's understanding and containing the blast radius of our changes. When everything is connected, how do we make changes safely? How do we innovate quickly without introducing catastrophic risk? Seeing the problem is the first step, but the next evolution is controlling the impact of change itself. Observability gives us the power to understand our systems like never before. By combining the big-picture view of metrics, the granular detail of logs, and the end-to-end story of traces, we can move beyond simple monitoring and truly debug our complex digital world. But as we look to the future, the challenge evolves. We need strategies not just for finding fires, but for preventing them from spreading in the first place. We need ways to manage change, test in production safely, and minimize the impact when things inevitably go wrong. The journey doesn't end with finding the bug. It's about building resilient systems that can gracefully handle the constant reality of change. Thanks for watching. If this helped you understand observability a bit better, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content on building better, more reliable software. See you in the next one.